YouTube. So look, we got another thing. Look, I don't know how this video is gonna turn out. I'm trying to use a mount that is supposed to be for my 360 cam, but using it as a handheld mount because I can't find mine. So yeah, pretty much today we're gonna be addressing something to do with the EVO, as you can see. So if we come in here, oh yeah, this shows up pretty good on the camera. Come here, come to the back of EVO, look at the wing. We can see right here, 1, 2 cracks in the carbon fiber. There was a little mishap, and now the wing does this. Look at it. Whenever I'm driving on the freeway. So if there's like a big gust of wind, or if it's a super windy day, I can get up to about 70-ish, maybe 75 miles an hour. And then the wing just starts to like flap in the air. So that's definitely an issue. It could break at whatever moment. I can, it can completely shatter the rest of the wing, or the wing could just completely fly off or something like that. So what we're gonna have to do is get that situated. Right here is a $50 wing that I managed to pick up from someone locally. You can see I already started working on it, but if we look really closely at it, all of this right here is sun damage. So the clear coat is looking very beat up from probably just sitting out in the sun like this thing did. That's why the paint looks like that. But yeah, it's pretty sun damaged. I've already started to like try to get some of that clear off. But if we look up underneath, everything looks pretty good. Except maybe, the sides, they still look like they need to be cleaned up a bit. But there's no real discoloration on the other side, which I'm pretty happy about, because that means I don't have to touch that. I'm going pretty back and forth on whether or not I want to keep the exposed carbon fiber winglets. But if I do, I'm gonna have to address that peeling / clear coat fade on both of those winglets, and then I'm gonna have to install it on that wing. If you didn't know, the regular 8s, so 03, 04, they came with it's almost, I'm not gonna say it's a completely different wing set, but what I have is an 8.5, which is an 8 with some of the 9 parts. So with my wing, if you look right here, it has that flex because the middle section isn't filled with the foam that the 9 wing comes with. And if you look at the winglets, they're painted. On the 8s, these are exposed carbon, like that other wing that you see over there. What I gotta figure out first is whether or not I want the exposed carbon or the color matched winglets. I'm leaning towards the color match because they're less work, obviously, for me to get everything squared away. But
are you sure about that?
Either way it go, I have to disassemble both wings completely. So let me show you what my plan is for getting this clear coat off, and then I'll do like maybe a time lapse or something, and then show you guys how to disassemble the wing. I don't have an orbital sander, so we're gonna use a universal like disc with the the big DeWalt corded drill. And then when we move to this, I'm probably just gonna kind of slow it down some, just to make sure that everything is getting even. But right now, what I've been using is just this right here, just to get all that stuff out. So I'll probably set it up and be trying to get, maybe I'll put on a POV cam and just show you guys a little bit of what I've been doing. New day. So the minute I turned off the camera, it decided it wanted to start raining. This is probably going to be a multi-day project anyway, because I'm just lazy, bro. This is what the wing looks like so far. Even on camera, you can see some of the differences and the spots on the wing. Is that like a, what is that? It's like a low spot or something. I don't think I did that. Whatever, I'm not really like that pressed about it. What I'm probably gonna do is just go ahead and finish, prepping this, re-clear it, and then it'll be on the car for now. It'll look good from afar. You just can't get too close, otherwise you'll see all of these issues. But yeah, like I said, even on the camera you can see some of the differences from the spots that have been cleaned up, like these big circle areas, which I think are like I don't think they're low spots. It's like a high spot right here, but this is pretty much what it's gonna look like once all of the rest of this sun damage clear coat gets removed. And believe it or not, this is still, I think this is still clear coat because it doesn't feel the same as this. So yeah, I want to highlight something. So if you look really closely, all this right here, that is from the actual carbon up underneath. That means you're starting to get into the actual carbon layer, which means you probably need to back off with your pressure and whatnot, just to make sure you don't eat too deep into the carbon. Unless you're like putting immense pressure down, I don't think you're gonna cut into the carbon like and cause like irreversible damage. But yeah, once you see that, that means you have all the clear coat off pretty much. Got all of this stuff off, I think. I'm an idiot. Bought a Circle 180 grit pad, but I have a sanding block and don't want to use that, you know, drill for this. So I'm just gonna do that, and it looks like it should work fine. And then I think I'm just gonna kind of smooth this out like this. I think that looks pretty good. Definitely some haziness. I wonder if that's from spots where I thought might have gone too deep. I don't know, looking from back here, everything looks okay, I guess. Kinda. I think it looks good, but there's like a weird, there's patterns on here, which there's a spot that I missed right there. Yeah, there's patterns on there. So minor imperfection. Not really too pressed about it. And if we hit the underside, yeah, that looks fine. There's a slight discoloration, but like I said, I'm not really that worried about it. Okay. So I'm gonna hit it with 1,000, then hopefully all of those spots like go away. Who knows? All right, so once I hit it with the water, I did it this way, kind of like sanded with 1,000 grit, came back, did up and down, came back, and then just kind of did a check to see what I can see. So over here, I'm seeing there's a little bit more clear. So I'm probably gonna have to take this apart so I can actually get to that. And then on the edge, you can see a little bit of clear here and here. So probably gonna hit this edge one more time with the 320 just to see what happens. Now that that's done, I'm just gonna sit here, kind of wait. I want to get a good look at the wing and everything, you know, the pattern, and see if I need to do any more, like, I guess any more sanding. I think I decided to kind of just stick with the painted winglets. I don't know, I think it looks a little bit better than the exposed carbon fiber, but I'm just not that big of a carbon fiber guy, so that was an easy choice for me. I don't remember the last time I picked up the camera, but this is what we're working with so far. Top side is all sanded. We got the side plates off. These are very annoying to get off, but you will start to hear like cracking and popping and all kinds of stuff. These things are held together by glue and Velcro, courtesy of Mitsubishi, so don't be afraid. What you really want to do is try to get in here at the top of the actual wing up here. Let me see if I can get a good, yeah, get right in there. You're just gonna pop those out. Now once you pop those out, you kind of walk either some screwdrivers or maybe, you know, your hand pressure if you still have it like semi put together. I think you can kind of sit it on here and then like pry these off sideways using both hands. Obviously I can't use both since I'm holding the camera, but once you do that, they kind of pop out and then you're left with this. Now, bad news, I don't know, bad or good news, I'm not gonna be going with the painted like inside winglets, because these are, it looks like it's just too much of a pain, or it's very annoying to get the rivets out and then reseal all this gunk up so that we don't have any leakage inside. So I'm just gonna sit here and just sand down the entire wing. Once I'm done with the bottom side of the blade, I'm going to mask that part off first. Once I mask that off first, then I'll go ahead and hit each winglet with the 1K clear. Probably give it like 3 coats or something just to make sure that it's decent, and then try to sand it down maybe a little bit just to make sure that everything is even. Once that's all even and stuff, then I'll go ahead and hit the top and the bottom of the wing. This is definitely going to be a multi-day process. As it currently stands, I'm about 1/8, 1/6 of the way with sanding the bottom of the blade, and it's starting to get nighttime.
Hey, yo!
I also still need to go to the gym, so probably just gonna do that for now, either some point today or tomorrow. This thing is gonna be completely done sanded, and then I'm gonna start spraying 1K clear over everything. I doubt the curing time for the 1K is gonna be that long, but probably gonna wait like at least a day before I start trying to get the 1K on the actual blade. So yeah, just a quick rundown. I may have lied a bit. Let me make sure I ain't got no boogers.
Boy, if you don't...
Everything is fully sanded down now. Now all I'm gonna do is make sure all of this is pretty much even. Give it a good like wash. Let it sit till I'm actually done with the gym, and then we start applying coats of clear coat. I don't know where I'm picking this video up though, but it's been like 2 weeks between vacationing and Michigan weather just not playing nice when it comes to this. You know, just being outside. Had to put this on the back burner. Also, I just haven't really felt like picking up the camera, but feeling good today. Feel like I want to be productive. So I'm gonna pick the camera up, finish this re-clear process, and then hopefully just wrap this up. This is what I've got for right now. I don't know what this is. This was left like before I was here, but I got this hook. I think this will work for the most part, but just hanging this up and then just spraying the whole thing like this, but whatever. So today I'm gonna just try to go ahead and clean this area off with some alcohol, and then once I clean it off, I'm just gonna go ahead and hit it with the 2K, well 1K clear, and then hopefully everything looks good. So let's see what happens. Let's go ahead and wipe all this stuff down, make sure we get everything off, and get to spraying. See how this is gonna go. First time ever doing this, so don't judge.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
Oh, maybe I should. Alright, we're gonna redo that with this right here. Actually looks kind of good. I don't know if that's like me missing a spot or if that's just the actual blade. I'm not looking for it to be perfect. I guess we'll just leave it, wait 10 minutes, come back, apply another coat. So this is what it's kind of looking like. You can see like some waviness on the wing. That's from a combination of, I think, me cutting too deep into the carbon. Some waviness just from my inexperienced like hand, but from far away actually looks pretty decent. I'm not trying to be super perfect about it. The car itself isn't all that perfect. For now, I'm just trying to make sure that I, you know, get everything situated so that wing isn't flapping in the wind whenever I'm going down the highway. So for now, I think this is good. I ended up going 3 coats on the bottom. I think I'm gonna do the same thing up top, and then I think the cure time for both is about 48 hours. So after that, I'm just gonna find some place in my garage to hang it, and then 2 days I'll just go ahead and figure out how to you know, just take the old wing off and then get that situated, get all that stuff like riveted back into place, and then get everything screwed back in. This is what we're faced with so far. If you look like this, very orange, just a lot of orange peel everywhere. I do want to like make it nice, at least, or nice enough. So I'm gonna attempt to remove orange peel. So I ended up going to get just a couple of things to remove it. No, sandpaper. Start with the 800, go all the way up to 200 or 2000 rivets to re-rivet everything. And then I got this like cut compound. I'm gonna assume, since it's McGuire's, it's pretty good. McGuire's is pretty reputable. So all I'm gonna do is start with the 800, sand one way, the whole thing, wet sand it. I don't want to do too much since it only has 3 coats of clear. It's definitely not that, you know, it's not super thick, so I'm not trying to like go through and blast through all of the clear coat. Push come to shove, I still have like half a can left. I just hit another with a couple more layers, resand it again, and then we'll see what happens. So this has turned into an absolute disaster. Whoops. As you can see, that's the like scuff of everything. It looks like absolute shit. And if you look real close, you can still see like some of those deep scars from my dumb ass like just rubbing it on the ground. So I'm not gonna really worry about it. I'm done with trying to make this, you know, be showroom quality. Well, I said it wasn't going to be showroom quality, but I'm done like trying to make it look like the absolute best. So all we're going to do is buff this shit out. If it looks decent enough, like I think that a lot of this stuff will be hidden because of the buffing. So you won't really notice it unless you look really close. So I'm just gonna not worry about it because this wing is already like not the greatest. So here's the buffing compound I've been using and the buffing pad. You can see us on this last leg. What we're gonna do is this, get us a nice big heaping. Whoa, what's that? Big heap all the way down. Then we're just gonna slowly work. Oh snap, work it in. High speed. Whoa. Looks like all that shit's still gonna show. That's unfortunate. Final product. Absolute travesty. As you can tell, I am not a body guy. So, oh well. I mean, it's better than what's on there currently. At least this, while I'm driving, won't do this. Time to take the wing off. It's both here and the side of here on both sides. Bam, bam. All right, you know what? I think this is where we call it quits.
Mission failed. We'll get them next time.
I don't like the way that sounds. A little pressure over there, a little pressure over here. It's a lot stiffer over here than over here. I'm thinking that's why. I thought that would be fine, but maybe not. So I think before I do any further deconstruction on this, I think I'm gonna call it quits and admit defeat, man. I knew I was in over my head, but like I said, 50 bucks, and you know, my first time trying to paint, clear coat, sand, any of that stuff. Ended up learning like a lot about the whole process. You know, they always say it's all about the prep work, and hands down it's about the prep work. So with that being said, we're just gonna go ahead and end this video here. No more drawing it out. We're gonna admit defeat and give it to it.